Hello, hello. I think we are live. So give us a shout out if you can see us, hear us. My name is Miki Wright, and Brandi's here, and Kenesha's here.
Hello, hello.
And it takes
Hello.
a second, I think, for us to get for anybody to know that we're live. So, so hopefully, yeah, we've got some eyeballs looking at us. It looks like. Type in the chats in the comment section so we can know that you can hear and see us, please, and that we're not just talking to ourselves.
Yeah, I want to pull it up on my phone too.
Okay, okay. And then also you guys can share on your share the link on your pages now
Oh
that we're
yeah.
live.
Yeah, I shared it on my page.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go
Nice.
ahead and jump right in. I'm not seeing comments yet, so I'm hoping they are coming and that you can hear and see us. So everybody's getting on their phone, so hopefully we'll know momentarily. But we are here because it is almost December and it is almost the end of the year as we get ready to launch into 2022. So, of course, we all want to finish this year strong. It's like we don't want to take our foot off the gas. And we want to look at
Mhm.
2022 under a new lens because life has thrown us lots of curves in the last, say, 2 years or so with the pandemic and everything that
Mhm.
that's brought. I call it kind of mid pandemic. It's like keep trying to say, like, post pandemic, but it keeps coming back. So,
Right,
we
right.
have definitely a new way of living, a new way of life, and our businesses need to reflect that because what worked before may not be working anymore. So, you guys want to introduce yourself and then I'll kind of go last?
Hey everybody, it's Brandi Taylor, the beauty business coach. I help beauty pros get unstuck and create the beauty business of their dreams. I'm super excited about the beauty business explosion on December the 5th. So welcome. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Brandy. We're excited to have you here. And Kanisha?
Hi guys, I am Kenesha, the Beauty CPA Coleman, and I own Coleman Tax, which is an accounting firm that exclusively serves beauty entrepreneurs. I am very excited to be speaking to all of you this evening and to talk about the beauty business explosion because Brandy and Mickey know I nerd out on this stuff. I cannot wait to tell y'all how to save money. So, thank you for spending a little time with us this evening, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Kanisha. I'm so happy that you're here. And it's like I think we all kind of nerd out on all of this.
Right.
So it's unusual for the beauty industry. But my name is Miki Wright. I'm grateful to be your host tonight. It's like we are in the Beauty Superstars group. We are on YouTube and we are also on my regular page. So we thank you for being here tonight. I am a salon pricing strategist and I help hairstylists go from struggling to superstar by helping them gain the confidence that they need to be able to raise their prices and actually charge what they're worth. And so I'm super excited to be here and just to tell people a little bit about the business beauty explosion and why we are all so excited about it. So, Brandy, you want to speak to us, start us off?
Yes. I'm super excited about the beauty business explosion because I think it's a great opportunity for you to kick off 2022. So it's a chance to work with three coaches. So you have three industry coaches that specialize in working with beauty professionals. And we're going to share our knowledge with you and really give you some actual tangible things that you can start working on in your business for the new year. And so I'm super excited about it because I think this is the perfect time before we get into the holidays. The new year is coming up and it's time to get your business in order. If you haven't hit the income goal you wanted to hit this year, if you're just looking to make some shifts in your business, you want to make more money, you want to get things structured and in order, you're just ready to level up. Well, leveling up starts with all of the things that we're going to be talking about on the 5th. Leveling up starts with structuring your business properly, getting things in order, filing your taxes and saving on that. And that's the stuff that Kenesha's going to talk about. And leveling up sometimes requires you to charge more money and increase your rates and, make some changes in your business that way as well. And once you do all of those things, I help you market it and put it together and build a brand that really represents who you are as an artist, as a stylist, as a salon owner, or whatever it is. I'm going to help you to craft your marketing plan so that you can put your business out there in a way that's going to attract your ideal clients. It's going to help you to utilize all these things that you learn during the workshop on the 5th. So I really hope to see you there. If you're in a beauty business and you're looking to level up, this is the workshop for you. We are coming with the knowledge. We're going to do 3 live sessions, and I'm super, super excited. I hope I didn't share too much, but that's all I got for you right now. But definitely let us know if you have any questions or anything. We're here to really just kind of chat it up and let you know how excited we are to bring you the information and answer any questions you may have or anything you may have for us, like wondering, is this event for you? If you're a beauty professional and you're looking to level up, it definitely is. But that's all I have for you. I'm super, super excited as I have for you right now. But Miki, I want you share what you're going to bring, and then Kenesha share what you're going to bring, because guys, you don't want to miss this. And right now we have extended the Cyber Monday deal. So you can actually get the ticket for, I think it's like 12% off or something, but it's a Cyber Monday deal. So click the link, get your tickets if you haven't done so already. But we're super, super excited.
Yeah, I'm going to be adding that link there. So you want to go ahead, Kenesha, and I'll put the link in there so people can start signing up if you haven't already.
Absolutely. So, like I said before, I'm really excited for the beauty business explosion because one of the main and most recurring questions I get from beautypreneurs is, how can I save money on taxes? And one of the areas within my tax planning framework, ways to save you money on taxes, this is by far one of the simplest decisions you can make, is how you organize your beauty business. I'm talking about a business entity structure. And I'm going to be talking all about that. I'm going to do a deep dive masterclass on this on December 5th. I'm going to take you through each of the business entity structures. We're going to talk about what exactly they are. We're going to talk about forming, what the accounting looks like. We're going to do pros and cons. And of course, I'm going to give you specific tax strategy on how you can use each entity to save money on taxes. Because believe it or not, the entity that you choose when you start your business, it should not be the entity over the life of your business, right? You're going to go through certain things as you grow and as you expand. And because of that, you're going to have to make different decisions as far as what entity you choose to have your beauty business housed in order to make your administrative life simpler, to protect your assets, and to save on taxes. And we're going to go through all of that during my masterclass. So you do not want to miss out on it. It is highly, highly valuable. I charge, clients 4 figures for this information. And we're going to be going through it on Sunday, right? So you don't want to miss that opportunity to get all this value added information on how to save you some money with this very simple decision, how you should organize your beauty business. So I hope to see you all there, and I welcome any questions on what you can expect from my masterclass.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on what you're talking about, because I think, since I was talking about the changes that we've seen in the last 24 months or so, one of the things that came up, when we first started talking about the shutdown or going through it, is that a lot of people weren't set up with filing their taxes previous. It's like they weren't set up with different entities. They weren't qualifying for money that was available because you needed to show X, Y, and Z. And so I think this is like so important. And so if you have a structure, if you don't have a structure, if you're thinking about a structure, if you're thinking, I know I need a structure, it's like, this is definitely the time and the person to get some of this information from, to make sure that you are doing it the right way, because there's definitely challenges when you don't do it the right way. So
Definitely, because
No, Mhm.
Go ahead, Kenesha.
No, I was just gonna say, Miki, you raised a great point when folks were for funding, right? That SBA and other types of governments was giving out, the ease of getting that money was definitely dependent on how your business was organized. So Miki, you raised a great point, right? So knock on wood, we don't want another pandemic, right?
Right.
However, if you ever get the other opportunities to get funding from wherever, the business entity structure is a very important component in that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Yes,
it's
yes.
critical.
I ran into it a lot with my clients. I was super excited about the EIDL, for example,
Hmm.
and I was able to get it myself. And I shared it with a lot of them, and they were like, "It just didn't work out," or whatever. And what it was is they didn't have business accounts.
Hmm.
They weren't set up as an
Mm-hmm.
LLC, or sometimes they set it up, but they didn't do anything else. They just, created the LLC,
Mm-hmm.
but never filed taxes or did any of the accounting things. And so structure is very important. And I'm super excited about you sharing that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And one of the other things that has changed really dramatically is the cost of doing business. It's like
Mm-hmm.
we're hairstylists, we're beauty
Mm-hmm.
professionals, makeup artists, estheticians. It's like wherever you fit in the industry, it's like the cost for your products has gone up. And if I just take it from like the hairstyling portion, it's like if we look at, hair color went up. That's one thing. But it's not just the hair
Mm-hmm.
color, it's the foil that
Mm-hmm.
goes with it.
The
It's the gloves
gloves.
you need to use with it. It's the developer that you need to use with the color. It is everything like across the board has gone up. And I did a
Mm-hmm.
post, like in any other business, those costs automatically get passed on to the customer. It's like we see it at the grocery store. I just was at the grocery store earlier and it's like somebody was in there saying, "Woo, this is $4." And it's like, yep, welcome to our new world. I think it was a box of crackers or something, nothing, nothing
Right.
too big, but it's like everything has gone up and we're paying the cost of everything going up, but we're not passing it on to our clients. We're kind of sucking it up. And in a lot of ways, um, I hate to say it's like sometimes we're ending up, if we really look at the numbers, we're paying our clients to get their hair done.
Right, right. It's a big
Mm-hmm.
issue, and it's interesting because like you said, everyone's going up. We talked about this before, the cost of bacon, the cost of chicken, like chicken wings are very expensive right now. And
Hmm.
then even out Dollar Tree is going up. Now, how Dollar
Okay.
Tree is not gonna charge $1? So
Okay.
if Dollar Tree is not charging $1 anymore, we gotta
Right.
raise our prices. Come on, guys. Dollar Tree don't even charge $1 no more. Like they're like, okay, it's gonna be anywhere from $1.25 to $1.50, depending on
Okay.
what it is, right? So they're gonna tax you as
That's
well.
funny.
As the cost of living
Yeah.
goes up and all of those things, that's something that I feel like needs to be. Maybe they should even put that in beauty school. Like, as the cost of living goes up, you're gonna need to increase your
Yeah.
prices. Like,
Yeah.
there's something about like how to increase your rates or something, because I feel like it's something that is not discussed enough, and
Right.
Mm-hmm.
people just don't know. It's just for the lack of knowledge. A lot of people just get out and they just throw prices out there, and they don't know what the market
Mm-hmm.
is for. They see what other people do. Well, everybody else charge 45, so I'm gonna charge 45,
Hmm.
and that might not even be right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, sometimes it's just like for the lack of knowledge,
Yep.
we just don't even know how to price ourselves. And then when we do get a price that we're comfortable with and we get clients, it's like, okay, I know I need to raise this, but now you're afraid that you're going to lose the client. Like, so if
Right.
I go up on the price now, what if she leaves me? And so if I charge $20 more, then I won't have
Mm-hmm.
any clients. And I
Right.
don't think that that's the case, but I think sometimes that's how it feels. It feels like if you go up on your rates, like everybody's going to stop coming to you for their hair or something.
Right, right. Yeah, you absolutely hit a lot of nails on the head, Brandy. It's like we don't learn it. We're not really taught like where do you go. And one of my clients, when we were going through some of the pieces to the puzzle, she's like, "Where do you
Mm-hmm.
go to learn this?" And it's like that's when I really started putting together my program, the Luxury Hairstylist Blueprint, because it's like there is no real where to go to
Yeah.
learn this. And then there's two parts to it. It's like there's the part like we need to learn it, but then there's the part of actually having it come out of our mouth, which has more to
Mm-hmm.
do with the confidence that we have in our ability to deliver our service, the value that we bring to our service, and the communication skills as well. But it's like it's really about confidence at the end of the day. And so I
Yeah.
definitely work on both sides. And so I'm going to be sharing with you guys level up and charge what you're worth. And I'll be taking you through some of the things that Brandi talked about, where we'll actually look at, your pricing, because there's a lot of holes in the way that we do pricing. It's like we just really just pull something out of the air and it's like, oh, I think this will be my price. But then someone comes along and says, wow, that's high. And we get so intimidated and we're like, oh my God. It's like, well, maybe I am high. And then we start asking everybody else, including, people on Facebook, well, what do you charge? Maybe I am high. It's like, I don't know. And so we don't stand in our own strength and our own value because we don't know what we based it on, because we really didn't base it on anything. So I want to give you some structure with that. And another big piece of what I like to encourage is that you spend your day doing things that you love. And a lot of us are doing a lot of things that we don't necessarily love because we feel like we have to. We feel like we're going to lose clients. We feel like whatever our clients ask, especially if they've been loyal, that we have to do it. And it's like we end up, jack of all trades, master of none. And we end up pulled in a lot of different directions, overworked, underpaid, and frustrated. So we want you there on Sunday so we can help you get out of any of that. Whether you got too many clients and you don't know what to do with them and you're trying to fit them in, or you don't have quite enough clients, but you know that you probably need to go up anyway. And that sounds counterintuitive, but it may actually attract more clients that are your ideal clients and fill you up quicker.
Yeah, I love all of that, and I see that across the board a lot, as like where you were talking about really is niching, right? Like just really finding your lane and writing in it. And I go there all the way. It's all about being true to yourself. I think in this industry, beauty industry in general, oftentimes we see so many things especially now with social media. There's so many different platforms, and you see all these different things, all these different styles, that it's easy to get lost in the sauce and think you need to do everything, or you'll start getting people asking you to do certain things, and you're like, I don't want to do that, but maybe I should learn that. Should I take another class or whatever it is? But really what it is just really, there's going to be certain things that you just get it. Like, you may cut hair amazingly, and everybody can't cut hair, you know what I'm saying? But you may just really cut hair and you love that, and that's what it is for you. You may color hair amazingly, and that's what it is for you. You may braid or do nails or lashes or whatever it is. But oftentimes we think that in order to be successful, we need to do everything well. But no, you need to find your zone of genius and master that thing. So if you notice that you gravitate to certain things, become a master of that.
Right.
And become an expert in that area. And experts make more. I always talk about this. Think about when you go to the doctor, like my OBGYN, they bill my insurance way more than my regular doctor. You know what I mean? There's a difference. Yeah, the specialists make more money, don't they? Right.
Absolutely.
If you pay attention, specialists make more money. So if you become a specialist, instead of trying to master everything, because you're not going to never master everything. You're not going to be good at everything.
Right.
But if you become a specialist at the things that you are good in, man, you could charge more because you're an expert, because all you do all day is cuts and color, right? If that's all you do all day, then you should be an expert, and experts can charge more money. And so I love that. I think a lot of people miss that because we think that if we don't do this or we don't do that, we're going to miss out. But actually doing everything is causing you to miss out, because those people who are looking for somebody who could cut and color really great, everybody will think of you. They're like, yeah, go to such and such, because she's the color girl. She's the and you'll become known for that. And you can build a brand around that. And that's some of the things I talk about, is really building your brand, becoming known for something, and really showing up. And you have to be noisy about your brand, because this is a noisy market right now. There's so many things coming at people. So you can't just be posting every now and then or doing stuff here and there. Well, I pass out cards and I do this. But how do you stand out from everybody else that's in this industry? How do you stand out? And so what I do is help you really figure out how to do that, how to brand yourself in your own unique way. We need to stop trying to be everybody else. I'm not ever going to be Miki or Kenesha. They're wonderful at what they do, but I can be an awesome Brandi, right? Like I can stand out as me, and that's what you need to do. And so there's certain things that I do, and I can do it like no other because it's me, and that's what makes you unique. There's going to be certain things that you do that nobody but you can do it, and so you should definitely promote it and put it out there in your own unique way, and then charge them for it, honey.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
You
I agree with everything you just said, Brandi. Like I remember when like I first started out, I was taking everybody with a post. But then when I niched down, right, I found branding and marketing actually easier. I found it easier, the messaging easier because I knew exactly who I was talking to. So yeah, I can't wait to see your masterclass so I can get refreshed and pick up some marketing and branding tips because it never is like set it and forget it, right? Like
right.
with
Right.
both of these topics you both will be presenting, it's ever evolving, like always.
Right. Right. Yeah, yeah. It's like I love that you talked about niching down and really, finding your spot. And what I call it is sweet spot. And so what I teach is sweet spot pricing
Mhm.
because I want you spending your time in your sweet spot during the day and I want you charging based on that sweet spot. And so it's a whole process with, four different layerings, but
Mhm.
we really get to easily define it because a lot of times it's hard for people to specialize because it's like, oh, I love it all. It's like we kind of get caught up in a lot of things in our mind. But I love that you speak to the marketing piece because even if you can do everything, you can't market about
Every
doing
day. You're
everything.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I want to tap into that because that is so true, Miki. I remember when I was shifting from being just a makeup artist to an educator. So I knew the shift, like I had
Mhm.
started to get people request this of me. I had done this like at events, like, just every now and then when I was invited to do it, but I wasn't doing it like as a program or regularly. And when I begin to make that shift, I'm trying to promote. I'm a makeup artist. I'm an educator. I'm a this. I'm a that. And I wasn't getting any response. And so my husband said, "You can't put all your, you can't." He was like, "Well, this is what he said. You have to find a focus." Is what he said. You have to find something to focus
Mhm.
on. He
Right.
said, "You
Mhm.
can't be all over the place. So you can't be like, focus here and focus there. You got to actually find something to focus on." So what I decided was I wanted to be, shift to educator. So I decided to focus on teaching. And I just started promoting my classes. And as I began to gain clients, I would put pictures out there of people in my classes, people putting their makeup on and me sitting down. My daughter would take pictures of me sitting down with them and teaching them how to do the makeup and all of that. And those pictures did phenomenally in advertising. And I used to work at Google, so I understood how to do Facebook ads because
Mhm.
it's quite similar. Okay.
Mhm.
So I understood how it worked, and I was able to set my ads up and start promoting actual people that I was doing classes with. And even though I still did makeup, like I still did photo shoots at the time, I still did makeup for corporate clients, and I was still working for Mazda and Honda and all of them when they called you. But I wanted to really find a focus. And as I began to find a focus, I really was able to make more money because ultimately, as an educator, I can charge $3,000-$4,000 for a course, right? So now I got this course, and I'm teaching makeup
Mhm.
artists how to do makeup, and I'm making more money consistently doing that. Then I still was attracting clients that wanted it, that wanted to get my services, even though I was only promoting education. So I think sometimes people think that because they promote certain things that they're going to cut themselves off from other things, and that's not true.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying you only have to do one thing, but I'm just saying you don't have to do 10 to 20 things. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Mhm.
you're good at two or three things, but
Right.
I'm doubtful that you're going to be great at 10.
Right.
So
Mhm.
if you could narrow it down to that, I'm telling you, I narrowed it down to that. And I started to even get more makeup jobs at that time and other jobs and other opportunities just because I was constantly promoting how I was working with these women and showing them how to apply their makeup.
Right.
And that was my focus, education.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Kenesha. You have something?
No, I was gonna say, and a lot of I think one of the misconceptions when we're talking about narrowing down and focusing is people think, well, aren't I turning away money by narrowing down and niching? And I was like, I think that's the biggest misconception about niching down is that you're turning away
Mhm.
money because I feel like once you find that ICA, that ideal client you're looking for, when they find out about you, they're gonna feel all special and they're all gonna like flock to you if the branding and messaging is right.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
if that's what you're thinking, forget about that. You're not turning away money by narrowing down. If anything, I think you'll widen your client base.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, and it's like a FOMO, that fear of missing out. It's like we
Mhm.
can't. It's like, oh, I don't want to miss anything. But I think you're absolutely right. The exact opposite is true, and you were talking about it a little bit earlier, Brandy. But it becomes so much easier to refer you because you're the person. It's like
Mhm.
when I think cut and color, it's like I think, oh, I've got to refer them to this person, or when
Mhm.
I think blonding, this person comes up, and so there's beauty in people being able to say, yep, that's the person. And it's like you're like
Mhm.
at the top of the food chain. And so all of those things are pieces that are really key, in terms of narrowing your niche, working in your sweet spot, as I say, and being able to price yourself accordingly because it's like you create more demand because it's like, this is, what I offer. And we've got some folks on with us, so it's like loving seeing you guys. It's like Lachey Bridges is here, and I'll just show what she shared, which was good advice. Find a niche. So she loves that,
Mm-hmm.
and she is a new stylist as far as her challenges with getting started, and so maybe we can share some things that will help her. And I see Elizabeth here. Thanks for shouting out, Elizabeth. Glad you're here. And hi to everybody else that's on with us. We're here talking about the beauty business explosion. It's going to be going on Sunday afternoon, evening. It'll be from 3 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you're on the West Coast, what is that, 11 a.m. For the start time? So set your calendars.
Mhm.
It's like we put a link in there. We actually extended the Cyber Monday sale just for you guys for being here tonight. We really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule, and we're here to answer questions as well. So if you have questions
Mhm.
about your business, feel free to drop them in the comments and we would love to get them on. And so we've been talking a little bit, or kind of at least a little bit, around our classes. It's like, you want to share anything else, Kenesha, as far as what you'll teach? I know some of the people may not have been on earlier when you were sharing some of the things.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, like I was saying before, I don't want anyone out there to think, well, Kenesha's going to be talking about business entities. I already have an entity, so I'm good. Like when you're choosing a business entity, right? Just like when you're choosing pricing or when you're branding and your messaging, it's ever evolving because your business, you and your business will continue to expand and grow. And so, what was working for you when you first started out, it likely will not be working for you once you started making more and more money. You're going to have to switch it up to make sure you have adequate asset protection and so that you continue to save as much as you legally can in taxes. And so that's what my masterclass is really going to dive deep into. It's going to go through each of the entities, and I'll even specify the strategies that I'm going to give on Sunday. It'll get very specific as to the events that will occur when you should change. Like this is
Mhm.
going to happen, and when it does, that's when you should be running the numbers and being prepared to switch to this specific entity. And so plan to be there. You're going to get a lot of value add, especially when it comes to choosing a business entity structure, whether you're just starting out or whether you're like an OG in the beauty industry. You're
Mhm.
never, whatever stage that you're in, there will be information out there to help you get to where you need to be, as far as saving on taxes. Okay. One other misconception I just want to just bust right away. Some people think like, oh, I just started out, or maybe they've been in their business a little bit and they're not at a certain income level yet, and maybe this isn't applicable to them. This decision, how you house your beauty business, what entity structure you use, is not dependent on size, length of career, or revenue level. It's not dependent on any of that. So just throw all of that away. You could definitely structure your business through your state regardless of any of that. So don't ever think you're too small. I actually like my clients to think of yourself as a major corporation. Do things, you know what I'm saying, right? Cross all your T's, dot all your I's from the get-go. So you don't have to be concerned about asset protection or saving taxes later. So, please plan to be there, guys. There's going to be so much value that's going to be giving, not that you can use now and in the future in your business. That's the best content to me is like evergreen, evergreen stuff that you can refer back to over the long term.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's like I love what you're saying because I think a lot of times we might count ourselves out. It's like, oh, well, that doesn't really
Mm-hmm.
apply to me yet because I haven't gotten there yet. So thank you for clearing that up
Mm-hmm.
because it is easy to fall into that. And
Mm-hmm.
with my pricing, it's like we're going to go into one of the big things is like tracking, knowing what your numbers are, because it's like you can't even really start to work with Kenesha until you have a sense of what's going on with your business. And a lot of us don't know. It's like we had someone that was part of the class, and when we started the tracking portion, she realized it's like, oh my God, I'm like already making what I was my goal to make. And it's like, yeah, that happens a lot.
Uh-huh.
To teach a six-figure stylist class, becoming a six-figure stylist. And it's like, I can't tell you with how many people I met with who were already making six figures and didn't know it. So,
Well, yeah, that's
yeah.
part of my story. That's when I knew I needed to make a shift. So I was educating, I had a suite, and I was teaching makeup artistry classes, and I was doing makeup and all of these things. And it was January, and I was just like pulling the reports from Square and PayPal and all the ways I take money. And I looked at the number, right? And I was like, wait a minute, I made that much money this year? Like, I was like, are you serious? Like, I couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that really started having me thinking, like, I felt like I should know how much money I'm making in my business. And as a business owner, to me, even though I wasn't clear on all of those things, the taxes and all of those things, as I was getting my information together so I could file, I knew that it was a shame that I didn't know. And I wanted to change that. And I started talking to other people, and I realized I wasn't the only one in the beauty industry who just really didn't know their numbers. I didn't know how much money I was making. And I think if I better understood, if I paid attention to
Mm-hmm.
what I had coming in, I could pay more attention to what I had going out. I was spending too much in certain areas, but I wasn't tracking all of that, right? So I actually was, broke making six figures, if I'm being real with y'all. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
that's another reason why it was an ouch, because I'm like, you made six figures, but
Hmm.
where did it go?
Hmm.
Oh wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It's,
so
it's what I
that's
call, where's your money, honey? It's
where's your money,
Yeah.
honey? Like,
Yeah.
where is the money going?
yep.
That's when I knew I
Yeah.
needed somebody. I said, I need help. Like, I can't do this by myself. I need somebody to help me get this together. And that's when I
Mm-hmm.
sought out help, and like, okay, you got to get a bookkeeper. You got to do all this. And these are things that out of beauty school I didn't know. I just started creating a
Hmm.
brand, a business, and all these things. And I did not realize that I needed to hire somebody to help with those things. Like, yeah, I had got the LLC and the tax ID, and I was filing, and it was very expensive too, because I didn't realize you should pay quarterly either. It was so many things that I didn't realize. So I was getting hit so hard, but it was because of
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a structure. So I can really see,
Yeah.
just from experience. And I had to learn those things and hire those people so that I could run my business properly at that time. And that's when I started having a conversation about the business side of beauty. And as I began to learn, that was when I actually started educating more about the business side. And I started
Mhm.
doing my events then, because I realized that in this industry, we need to learn how to operate business. We got the craft down. Like, we know how to do hair, makeup, we can have you laid and slayed. But come on, honey, where's the money? Like Miki says, where's the money,
Yeah.
honey? Okay, where's your money at, honey?
Yep.
Do you know how much
That
money
is
you get?
No, that's so funny you bring that up, Brandi, because in my experience servicing beauty entrepreneurs, that when they file that tax return and they be like, why did you put that much? I said, because that's how much you made. It's always a shock that they made that much money. And it's like, yeah, you made this much money. And then they get like kind of annoyed that now they have to pay tax on that money. They like,
Right.
you
Right.
know? So
Right.
I'm like, and that's where many things can come to play to minimize tax. But that structure, especially when you hit six figures and are at a certain level of net profit, that structure can really save you a big chunk of that. So no, you're right though, Brandy. It's so funny you say that because tax time is coming up in about a couple months. And that's when some people
Mhm.
gonna be like, I made what?
Right.
Why
Right.
don't I
Yes. And I
like I
knew that
made
wasn't
that
right.
much?
Like, I can't make this much money and not know about it. Like, this can't be a
Yep.
secret to me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
That
Like,
is
right.
That's
that is
So I know
exactly what
I'm not the
happened.
only one, and that's why I'm transparent about that and sharing that, because when we know better, we can do better, and that's what we want. We want to
mhm.
help you to structure your business right so that you know what your money is and know when you need to make shifts and all of those things. See, it's hard to track what you are not even aware of. So if you don't even know about it. Like, how can you track it? How can you account for it? You are not even aware.
Mhm.
You just got money coming in and going out and coming in and going out, but you're not really tracking it. And so we
Mhm.
understand that. And so that's why I want to help you, because if you get structured, you start tracking it, you could actually hold on to more of that money. Some people get scared they're making so much money that they're going to take my money. But actually, if she can show you how to make the proper, how to get the tax breaks. That's Kenesha's thing, but she can show you how to do those things so that you don't have
Mhm.
to lose as much money as you think. It's not going to be as costly, and if you do it quarterly and all those things, it's not going to hit you as hard. And those are just some things
Mhm.
I learned. But I know Kenesha has a lot of information to share, and I think this is something that
Yeah.
we really need to talk about more, and we really need to get in order in our beauty
Yeah.
businesses. I want to see more beauty businesses in order and structured properly as well. I really would like to see that, because I was really concerned that so many people that was in my mastermind group at that time, they didn't qualify to get the EDIO.
Mhm.
And they needed it.
Mhm.
They needed that money, right? They needed it. And so,
Yeah.
I see Elizabeth, she's coming with a lot of stuff. She said she did the same thing and pulled
Mhm.
all the ways to take money, and it was shocking. Yes, I feel you, Elizabeth. And then Elizabeth also says that now the government wants to send 1099s for Cash App and Zelle and PayPal because of the new way to track our money and all that. Oh, yeah, they do. And honestly, Cash App and all of that really isn't, to me, a business tool. You know what I mean? Like, as a business owner and everything, we should have like a regular thing set up, a real POS system, all of those things, a real way of
Mhm.
tracking. Cash App isn't a way to track your money or anything. Like, if you had it, at the very least, Square, at least if somebody disputed something, you can handle that way. Everything's professional. If I ever had to give a refund or anything, it was just easier to handle. Cash App was just like something quick. I just want to pay my auntie real quick, or I just want to send the kids some money. But that is not a business tool. So I just wanted to say that. But now, because so many people have been using it as a business tool, they are tracking people. Because
They
I know someone who
are.
was using it for business, and now they're like, okay,
Mhm.
who's making all these transactions on Cash App, and they're catching people up now. And then, because there's a lot of money out there that's not being, accounted for, right? A lot of
Right.
that
Yeah.
going on.
But let's be clear about the 1099 situation that's happening. If you have a regular bookkeeping system in place, right? They can send you those 1099s all day. but you know that all your money, your business money, is flowing through that bookkeeping system, right? So you can just keep them 1099s for your records because you know it's all hitting the bookkeeping system. Now, if you ever get audited, knock on wood, and I say this from former IRS auditor experience, right? When we see that you have all your ducks in a row, easy breezy audit. We can wrap this thing up real quick. There's nothing to see here. But if we see that you don't have a business bank account or a bookkeeping and then you cash up and Dell and Venmoing everywhere, oh yeah, we finna have some fun. This audit finna be fun now. Now I want to see all those 1099s. And so it's about how you're presenting your business and its operations to stakeholders such as the IRS, the state taxing authorities, even when you're looking for funding like the SBA and when they was giving PPP and EIDL, any investors, any grants, whatever. When they see you got your ducks in a row, it's very easy to conduct business. If you all over the place, it's going to be very hard for you. That's just, you know what I mean? That's business conduct. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like I love that, but I think one of the challenges that I've seen through the years is that we don't always consider ourselves as business people.
Yeah.
Mickey, oh
Get a
Mickey,
real job, right? A
you are
real job.
speaking to me. And I tell my clients and prospects and everybody in my community, stop downplaying what you do. I think we had this conversation before. What you do is so important in the world. It's
Yes.
it's it's the value you bring. Like you think it's a haircut, but you just changed this woman's life. Okay, she
Mhm.
just was
Right.
out of there living her best life, confident, making great decisions, you know, and you just did that for her by doing her makeup, doing her nails, her hair, her facial, whatever. So beautypreneurs, I want you to know that you bring an extreme amount of value to folks in their lives. It goes deeper than vanity, and you are a business. Your business is a business, and you are a business person. You know, so I will boost a beautypreneur up till now to the end of time because when the pandemic was over, that was the first professional I saw was somebody in the beauty industry.
Right, girl. The first thing I did was get my
Absolutely.
nails done. I'm like, I got to get my nails done. Yeah,
Yep, we were in
right.
high demand.
High demand. It's high
Mhm.
demand because people, when you look good, you feel good, and you can present yourself better in the world. And even though it may seem like there's a lot of beauty people, there's a lot of people that need our help that are not aware of how to beautify themselves, and they need us to help them as
Mhm.
experts in this industry. And
Right.
so we need to take this. This is a real business. I say this is a beauty business, a
Yeah.
real business, and you should operate as such. And I think the more we start to operate as such, and we start to own and operate our businesses as businesses, we will be respected in this
Mhm.
industry. I
Right.
think there's just been a lack of respect in the industry because a lot of people have come through beauty school just for the lack of knowledge without customer service,
Mhm.
Mhm.
knowledge, without
Right.
any knowledge on how to price themselves or how to run and operate a business. And so, because they just didn't know any better, a lot of people have had bad experiences in this industry, which
Mhm.
has caused it to kind of seem like this industry is a joke. But you have to remember that the beauty industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, right?
Mhm.
And we
Yep.
need to tap more into this as the Black community because honestly, to me, our beautification process is a little bit more in depth than some others, right?
Mhm.
It's a lot with our textured hair and all the things that comes with being our beautiful African American selves, right? And it requires a lot of skill, and you should be paid for that skill, and it is needed. And you are
Mhm.
important, and you are a beauty business owner, and you need, just to run it as such in a way that makes you happy. So you need to be charging the prices that can pay your bills. You need to be marketing yourself consistently. Marketing is not an option when it comes to your business. People think it's an option, but if you look at like McDonald's, they on every corner, but I bet you gonna hear a commercial when you get in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the dumb Arby's commercial gets on my nerves. I talk about it all the time, but Arby's is on every corner too, and I'm tired of that. Where's the meat or whatever, right? So, you know what I'm saying? We have meat or whatever. So what I'm saying is these are big corporations that are known by every household in America, and they still are marketing to you. Why? Because when you think of a cheap, affordable burger, they want you to come to McDonald's. And when you want whatever roast beef sandwich they're trying to sell you at Arby's, they want to tell you they got the meat, right? So whatever it is, they're constantly want you to remember their brand. And that's how we have to start thinking about our beauty brands. We want to be known, and that's why we really think you should niche. Like, you should niche, because what are you going to be known for, right? So I would rather be known for the weave, being a weaveologist, than not being known just doing hair. Oh, she do cuts and curls and weaves and braids and, you know, everything, right? But if you the weaveologist, you don't remember, oh, she the weave girl, she the weave, she the queen, she do all the weaves. You know, we're gonna remember that. And we're going to know that's your expertise. And as you are doing that consistently, you're going to get better at it. And you should be taking more classes and becoming the best, so that you can level up in that way. And as you market your brand, you market yourself as the best, as the expert in the industry. And you present yourself that way, and you put your stank on it, as I say, there's no stopping you then. I think we have to be like everybody else, but you don't. Be true to you and do you, boo. That's the thing. Do you and show up as who you are and market the mess out of that. And you're going to see that more and more people are going to be like, what is she doing? What's going on with her? I've had people that were not even interested in what I was offering, but come to a class just so they could see what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? That's how much you want to market. You want to have people doing that. And Miki, when you get a chance, pop the link in there again, because a couple people are asking for it. Right. If somebody was asking, the tickets are starting at $37, but there is a discount with Cyber Monday code. Miki just popped it back in there. But definitely check it out. Get your tickets. We extended the Cyber Monday deal, but join us. You want to be at the Beauty Business Explosion, because I'm going to tell you, like, marketing is not an option. You, as a business owner, if you're making money, then 10 to 20% of that should be going towards a marketing budget. I'm going to give you that one right now. 10 to 20% of your income should be going towards a marketing budget consistently. It's important. If it's important for a multi-million-dollar company, what makes you think is not important for you? It's not an option. And marketing really helped me understand the market better, how my things are performing. You could really understand how to perform in a market if you're in it. But if you're not playing the game, it's hard to really understand it, right? So the beauty industry sleeps on it a lot. It's time out for just giving out those flyers and referrals. You need to continuously be in front of potential clients, because just as quick as you get a client, you could lose a client, and that's okay. But you want to make sure that you have that open space for that next client to come right on in, right? And you want to be at the top of mind, even if they're not booking you. You want to be at the top of mind of your potential client or your ideal client, right? So those are some of the things that we're going to cover, and so much more. You want to make sure, if you're in the beauty industry and you're looking to make 2022 the best year yet, let's get ready. Let's start planning it out on December 5th. Join us there. You got 3 coaches, and take advantage of the discount on the coaching ticket too. We have a coaching ticket where you get the opportunity to work with all 3 of us. And this is a great time to work, start as January is almost here. We're going to be planning out for that new year. This is a great time to get a coach to help you get on track, so that you can, take off. That first quarter, Q1 is coming up. Are you ready? So let's get ready for that. Get your tickets, whichever ticket is suited best for you. And I want to see you there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, this is the time. This is, like, if you're new coming into the industry, to look at, this is what they didn't teach you in school. And if you're a veteran, this is what they didn't teach you in school. It's like, we've got all of the different components that we really need to boost our business, to stand out in the marketplace, because I think that's such a key thing, not just marketing for the sake of marketing, and not just marketing for awareness, but it's like that we become, that person, that go-to person in our community for, like you said, for that niche, for your working in your sweet spot. That becomes the thing that starts to attract people to you on a regular basis. And I actually just did an interview with Bliss, the hair doctor, which I think is a great marketing and branding. name, but she actually got to meet with Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States, to talk about her business. And one of the things I put on there is like beauty is real business. It's like, and she was included with other small business owners and was part of another the Goldman Sachs 10,000 small businesses. And it's like there's so much that we need to know to be able to run our businesses. It's like that opportunity came along during the time of COVID, and they were wanting to say, like you're in the midst of pivoting, and that was why they wanted to meet with her, because she had started to form a plan, but it's like she, fell apart first. It's like that was kind of the first step. And so sometimes we just have to break down, we have to fall apart, we have to, acknowledge maybe I haven't known, maybe I thought I did, maybe I thought I could figure it out. And I was just thinking about a situation when I was 5. My mom took me ice roller skating for the first time, and I don't know why, but it's like some other young ladies came to like help me start skating or whatever, and I just was like, I can do it myself. And I was like, wow. It's like, well, of course, my mom snatched me immediately and was like, if you ever act like that again. But it's like, I think a lot of us were born with that. Well, I can figure it out. I can do it myself. I can, and it's like, I've talked to so many people. It's like, well, I'm tired because I've been trying to figure it out myself. So save yourself some
Yeah.
time, some headaches, some energy, and what have you, and join us on Sunday and let us help walk you through some of these things so you can have the things in place, because it's like sometimes we're making it harder than it has to be. And we're keeping ourselves, we're almost our own worst enemy, because we have our goals, we have the things that we want to do. We got one foot on the gas, but then we've got the other foot on the brake. And it's like we're in our own way. So I encourage you to kind of step out of your own way and come to join us. And it's like, and pricing is definitely one of those things, because, basically who sets your prices? Even if it's, even if you work for a corporation, it's like in this industry, you get to write your own paycheck. And so we want to show you how to do that, because it's like there is no limit, there is no ceiling, and there is opportunity everywhere. So join us
Yeah. No,
Sunday, and
I
the link is in there.
mhm.
Go ahead, Kenesha.
No, I was going to say to your point, for this past Saturday for Small Business Saturday, I pulled some stats on the beauty industry, the business of beauty,
Mhm.
right? And so I wanted to share just one stat that just popped out to me, and I hope is just encouraging to all the beautypreneurs, but especially the ones that are just starting out. So the US beauty industry generated $47 billion. That's
Mhm.
just the US. First of all, the US is the major player in beauty globally. We bring in the most money globally. But for the US, $47 billion. Now, here's the interesting part. Only 15% of that 47 billion comes from the 50 largest salon operators. So let's just think like the big corporate players. Only 15%. That means the remaining 85 is made by small team and solopreneurs.
Mhm.
That means that this industry isn't even dominated by big players, which means that it's so much money to be made by beauty entrepreneurs, just like the ones in your group, Miki, the ones in your group, Brandi, anybody watching. So I think when beautypreneurs think that they're not a real business, or they're not a business person, or that they're not able to make certain revenue levels, I think they, in this instance, that is completely untrue. The sky is the limit, because in this particular industry, the most money is coming from solopreneur and small teams.
Mhm.
That like stuck out to me like a sore thumb. That's not usual for any other industry.
You know what stands out to me, Kanisha? That
Mhm.
we're part of a $47 billion industry. Do you guys know how much the average hairstylist made in 2019 before the pandemic? If you know, if you think you know, if you want to guess, drop it in the comment section. But how much did the average hairstylist make in the US in that $47 billion industry? That's part of why I'm here.
Right. But
And
that's part of why
do
Kenesha
we
is
need a
here
drum
too.
roll? That's like, we'll
Drum
do a little
roll. But I know what you're gonna say, but that's a part of why Kenesha here is too, because something's not adding up. But go ahead, tell the number.
the number for 2019, before the pandemic and all of that good stuff happened. The average hairstylist in the U.S. made $26,090 for the year.
And
20,
my local area is 29,000, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
and average means that there's some that were higher and there's some that were lower, and there was a lot that was lower to make it at 27,000. The folks who are making six figures are not the majority of the people in the beauty industry. And in 2022, we need that to be the majority, because just because of the cost of living. It's like, and I talked to the stylist, where it's like, you know, you've got this money coming in. Okay, we're talking about how much you're making each month. And it's like, well, how much, does it cost for you to, pay your rent, pay your utilities? It's like, if you're not in a suite, if you're in a regular salon, buy your products, et cetera, et cetera. And then when we're looking at that, it's like, okay, well, that looks like it's kind of breaking even. You got about 4,000 coming in and you got about 4,000 coming out. What are you living on? How are you living? How are you taking care of your expenses? And it's like, we know the first part of our career might, we might need a sponsor kind of thing, where it's like somebody can help us while we're building up. But it's like, once we kind of have been in the industry a little while, we should be taking home money that's coming out of the business, that's profit from the business, not stealing from the business, where it's like, well, I don't know how we're going to pay the rent at the shop because I got to pay this, I got to pay my electric bill. And so there's a lot of like gaps in there. So we're going to talk about making your pricing so it makes sense. And believe it or not, it's like your clients will not all leave you.
No.
Show you how.
We're not gonna all leave you, but some of them may, and be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Be okay with the evolution of your clientele. People are gonna leave, and as you shift and change, and things are gonna happen, and that's okay. You'll get new clients, you'll meet new people, and that's why you have to be structured properly and consistently marketing, right? Right.
But can I share some quick math? It's like, because I recently met with someone who was really like, you want me to raise my prices $15 in one lump? It's like, yes. And so one of the things I want to say is, if you have, because I've spoken to a couple people and it's like, oh yeah, I did raise my prices. And it's like, okay, well, how much was that raise? $5. It's like, that's the equivalent of not raising your prices. So it's like, let's get that out of the way. And so $15 was what we said as a starting point. And we guesstimated she had about 80 clients to get a silk press. And I think it was going from 55 to 70. And so it's like, if she did 80 silk presses at, $55, then it was something like $4,500. And if she lost 10 people and did 70 people at $70, she made $4,900. So she made $500 more by doing fewer people and losing a few clients. And which I'm probably right. I don't know quite yet, but it's like, I'm probably going to be right that she probably didn't lose any clients. But even if she did, it's like, okay, you're still making $500 more.
Yes,
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I've seen that so many times, and that's the biggest thing. Like, what if I lose clients? My clients are not going to pay that, and you don't know what they're going to pay. A lot of times, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. I've had clients that raise their prices, say that, I always thought you should charge more. You know what I mean? Like their clients will say that to them. Like, I always thought you were really good. You should charge more, but you just charge. That's why I always tipped you 20.
Exactly. That's a clue. When you're getting really big tips, it's like, it's a clue that they almost feel like they're stealing from you. It's like they're getting value and they know it. But let me just put this out there for everybody. One of the things is like, that $15 increase that we were talking about just seemed like, oh my God, my clients will never pay that. And it's like, let me just ask you, how many different ways do your clients, I want to say waste, but spend $15 and don't even think about it, don't blink? It's like the drive-through. If you get yourself and someone else a meal at the drive-through, you have spent $15. No,
Exactly.
I mean, without any question. Um, what other things can you guys think of? It's like I went to the
Starbucks run.
Starbucks.
Well, every time
Absolutely.
I go to Panera, I spend about $20.
Panera, yep.
Yes, I spend $20 every time I go to Panera. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I popped into the grocery store twice today. Don't ask me why it was twice, but anyway, each time was at least $20. And so your clients are not going to, roll over and die because you have a $15 increase, because they're like, it's like, oh, okay, don't stop and get gas. I mean, it's like if you get $15 worth of gas, it's like you're there for like 2 seconds and then you're back in the car. It's like, oh, did we stop? So yeah, it's like we in our minds have blown it up to be like this. And they're like, oh, okay, that's lunch money,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's really good. It's just really mindset and just changing how you think about it. And I think once you get it's the confidence, like you said too. So once you get more confidence and you understand it more, you start shifting the way you think about it, then you can really change it. It's just really accepting it and owning it and having the confidence to present the prices that you want to put out there. Yeah. And I think once we're able to do that and communicate better with our clients, it's a win-win. I was talking to somebody earlier. It's not really on pricing, but it was an issue that I had. And I was sharing it with her. As a makeup artist, typically I needed a good hour to beat a face, as they would say, right? So sometimes when clients would call and, say, well, how long is it going to take? I don't know why, Miki, but every time I would just be like, 30 minutes?
Right.
40 minutes? Like, it was weird. The weirdest thing. Like, I could never say it's going to take an hour. Like, what is that about? Like, why you just can't be real and say it's going to take an hour? So I would just be like, and I don't know what that was about, but after I had a few people upset with me because it took me an hour and I told them 40 minutes or 30 minutes, I realized I can't do this to myself. I have to be honest with the client up front. So I would always tell them, like, at least allow 2 hours, for the service. So you could get here. We can figure out what you're going for. I could do your makeup. It usually takes me an hour, but I don't want you to have 30 minutes of time and you got to be somewhere. You come in here. It's not going to work. And so I just learned how to set the proper expectations for the clients. And the same thing with the price. Well, how much is it going to be? And you want to be like 100, 55.
Yep. There we go. It won't even come out of your mouth.
What is that about? You know what I mean?
It's the same muscle. It's the same muscle we need to grow. And
it is.
It's partly because we haven't been taught. It's a lot about mindset, and it's a lot about our value and the worth that we see in ourselves. Because a lot of times we think we're not worth it deep down inside. We don't even get to that level. It's like, even like what you're saying with the time, and it's like, it's what we do all the time, which is why people end up upset with us, because it's like, we don't set the expectations. We don't set boundaries. And if we set some boundaries, then we fold on the boundaries. It's like, oh, well, you're late this time, or, well, just come on in. It's like, and, it's like, and now I'm behind for my entire day. And I've said nothing to this client that's put me behind. I didn't have them reschedule so that I could be on time for the rest of the client. So it's like, I've just created this horrific domino effect. And this reputation that, it's like, oh, she's always late. It's like, she's always running behind. But it's because, one, we don't know how long things take us. But then when we do know how long things take us, we don't schedule that way. Or if we schedule that way, then it's like we squeeze somebody in because we want to be nice. It's like, well, I didn't want to tell them no, or that I didn't really have time. Or, one of the things that happened for me when I first started saying no was that people didn't hear me. It was like there's this little baby I saw on a reels or something where she's like telling her dad, no, 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 like I don't want to eat that. It's like, and repeatedly. And sometimes we have to repeat what we're saying, but it's like I was saying, no, I can't stay late. No, I won't stay late. No. And she kept going and kept going. And it was just like, she was like, oh, well, I don't mind. I could come in after your last client. And it's like, if I don't get out till 10 or 11, it's like, I'll be just in time for the party and this, that, and the other. And I was like, my mind, it's like,
Yeah.
not doing that.
Right, not at
You
all.
haven't heard me for
Okay.
three, all these times I'm telling you, like, no, that's not going to work. But it's like, no, it's like we have to uphold what we're standing
Mm-hmm.
for. And it's easy to get pressured and feel pressured that, it's like we
Mm-hmm.
have to do something different, or it's like, oh, well, she comes all the time, so I should stay or come early or, bend all over. And it's like we're doing backflips and it's not even appreciated. And nor
Mm-hmm.
does it create the respect that we need as beauty professionals and business
Mm-hmm.
professionals.
Yeah, because they don't take you seriously. They think they can just come when they want to come and do whatever, and it's going to be
Right.
okay. And so, if you want them to take you seriously, you have to be firm on it and take it seriously. I
Right.
remember it was hard. I remember when I started charging deposits for lash extensions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to because so many people were canceling, like last minute, throwing me off, and I was in high demand for them. And it was like, I can't
Right.
deal with that because I could have had 2 other clients, but I took you and then you didn't show up and you canceled 30 minutes before the
Mm-hmm.
appointment. Now what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
So when I put that policy in place and I started enforcing it, the first time I had to enforce it and tell a lady like, well, you lost your deposit because you canceled your appointment, 10 minutes before the appointment. And she was like, well, you don't understand. I had stuff going on. I ain't coming back to you if you can't understand. And I was like, wow, like I was really, it was hard because she was a good client. I liked her and everything, but no, I don't understand because you just threw my whole day off, right? That's 2
Right.
hours. I could have been working on somebody else making money. But now I took a loss. So no, I don't understand. So you do have to pay that deposit. And now you lost that. So now you have to pay another deposit to book with me again, ma'am,
Right.
And that was hard because she was upset. And I really didn't want to upset her. But at the end of the day, I didn't want her wasting my time either again.
Mm-hmm.
So she never came back. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because all my other clients didn't do that. So that
Right.
weeded her out because she lost that $50 or whatever. And then she didn't want to pay another $50 to book an appointment because she guessed like I should have applied it. No, you threw my whole day off doing that.
Right.
So no. When you start to just be firm and be professional and operate, it's not personal, it's business.
Right.
And when you operate as such and you respect it, they'll respect it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like want to just say welcome to Bernadette. It's like she has this
Hey,
lovely
birthday.
message. I'm so glad she caught the notification that it was going live, and she's ready to revamp her beauty biz. So we hope we'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah,
And
we better see Bernadette. Get your ticket, girl.
yeah, if you haven't already, hopefully she's got it already, so she's ready to revamp. But thank you, ladies, for this platform. We so appreciate you guys being here. It's about time for us to wrap it up. So, what are you guys' parting words?
My parting words is do not let this opportunity slip through your fingers. This is exactly what you need to jump off your planning and goal making for 2022 the right way in 3 very key areas of your beauty business. And I hope to see you all there.
Yes. Anything from you, Brandi?
Yeah, like, look, it's time. It's time out. If you are ready to make more money, you're ready to get things in order, like you're just tired. Like a lot of people in the beauty industry are tired right now. I talk to a lot of people who are tired, frustrated. It's like a lot going on. And because this industry is so important, we take on a lot. And it's time out for all of that. Like you can actually build a business of your dream. You can actually make the money you want to make, have order, hire people, however you want it to be set up, it can be that way. And we just want to help you to do that. And we all sometimes need somebody to give us that extra push. It might be something that one of us say that's going to help to shift you and catapult your business in 2022 to the next level. So it's time to take it to the next level. It's time to get your business structure right, in order. It's time to get paid the money that you really want to be making, right? That number you wanted to say, that not that 55, right?
Mhm.
But it's time to do that. And it's time to put your brand out there in your own way, and make sure that when it comes to whatever it is that you're an expert in, that we know who you are, and we're for sure on who to come to for that service in our areas. And we just have to know how to properly position ourselves in the market. There's going to be so much information shared on Sunday, so make sure you get your ticket. The tickets are as low as $37, and with that Cyber Monday discount, even cheaper than that. If you want to get the coaching, get the VIP, you can save on the VIP ticket right now and actually coach with all three of us. This is a great opportunity to get your business on track, start leveling up. Let's start planning out 2022. It's already December, y'all. So tomorrow, right? So let's start planning out 2022 and get ready and so that we are already ready. When it comes, you don't want to have to get ready, you want to be ready. And we want to help you to get ready so you're already ready when 2020 hits. So I'm super excited. Can't wait to see you there. Make sure you get your tickets on eventbrite.com. That's the Beauty Business Explosion. It's going to be on Sunday the 5th from 3 to 7 on Zoom. So yeah, you get all the information there.
Yeah, well, it's like you got me fired up, and I really am committed to helping people work smarter versus harder. The old model was, it's like you get there at sun up and you stay till way after dark, and you do as many clients as you can. You have them sitting around and keeping you company or what have you. But it's like we have to shift, we have to reinvent, and it's like I want to see you doing fewer clients, charging premium prices, and going home and having a life. And so that's what we're gonna make it, so that you are working smarter in 2022. Because not only just, sanity wise, but it's like there's so much going on in the world. It's like we're stressed, our clients are stressed, they bring us the stress. And everybody that I speak to says it's just so much harder to do the same number of people that they were doing prior to the pandemic. And so I think we've definitely got to learn how to make a difference so that we can actually make more with doing fewer people and enjoy the rest of our lives. Because there are, it is precious, and there are just so many hours in the day and so much capacity that we have to be part of the world. But it's like we can be more creative. We can be more in tune with our clients. Our clients appreciate us more, and really send those referrals, and we really can have a different type of life. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, overworked, underpaid, any of those things, definitely, make sure that you are there with us on Sunday. It will be well worth your while. It's like you'll definitely get something from each of the segments. So it's like we've got the pricing, the marketing, and the business structure. And I can't think of a more complete conference, that will take place, especially, as we close out this year. And like Brandi said, we want to hit the ground running in January. This is the thing to do it for you. So we will look forward to seeing you there. Definitely, if you haven't already, grab your ticket. Take advantage of that discount. It'll be available only for the next 24 hours. As a thank you, and we do appreciate your time. We appreciate you being here. If you're catching the replay in the 24 hours, you can squeeze in as well. So don't let anything deter you. And like Brandi mentioned, you have the opportunity to have a VIP ticket and meet with each of us individually, and get discounts if you decide to move forward working with us. So want to say thank you and encourage you guys to get those tickets and share. Tell a friend, bring a friend, because it's definitely going to be easier when you kind of partner with someone, have someone to help you with accountability, someone to share and bounce ideas off of. A lot of times we feel so alone in this industry, like we're the only ones going through things. And it's like when we can partner with someone, a like-minded someone, the sky really does become the limit at that point. So we shall all say good night. So thanks again for joining us. We
Good
appreciate
night.
it. And we'll see you on Sunday.
See you Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.